Some of you may remember in the offseason, PaperX played a show match where they played 5 duelists on split. And at the time, we thought little of it, but it turns out it was actual prep for PaperX, because in a qualification game for Masters Madrid, they played triple duelist on split with an Omen and a Viper. Now, they started on defense, and they had some struggles, as you might suspect, right? For instance, T1 were playing slow, they were denying them information, and as you'll see from this pistol round here, they kind of have to get aggressive, right? They're going to have to push something, because they don't have literally any way of gaining any information, right? So you know that they're going to be aggressive, and you'll see in this round here that even when they did get aggressive, they still don't know what's really going on, right? Like here, you know, they push all the way down mid, and this is great. But then they actually turn the wrong way. You know, they have no idea what's going on. And as we play this pistol round out, you're going to see that, in fact, a lot of the kills that come from PaperX, they end up running around here, not knowing really where T1 are, and that's how T1 win this round.
Into the side itself, aside from this toxic screen.
They're going to go all the way around. Divide, good for the opener, though, with the Sheriff.
Finds a headshot, also puts one to the side player. He's going to be knocked down to 78 health. Armor to speak of, so first blood is found here from PaperX, but now Spike being planted.
Spike planted.
T1, I mean, the triple push out into screens, taking really forward positions here. Trying to intercept. Divine, aware of this, does manage to get a little bit of additional damage down. Carpe willed away at as well. Now Forsaken arriving. Something goes dashing forward out onto the site, looking for the duel there against Carpe, who does manage to get the better of him with the classic. But Forsaken quickly picks up a second kill. Now going to be struck down as X-Ray tries to hold the line, but suddenly it's all on Rossi here at backside. In that 1v1, got the dink into the chest shot.
And PaperX did really struggle on the defensive side, but it did get a bit better towards the end, where they were able to use tools like something having an operator, for instance, and then you can just leave him like they do in this round, you know, over towards A, and that means that then everyone else can kind of rotate towards mid and B, and so you're just in a bit of a better position there as well. And they also, you know, could utilize some tools, maybe like the Yoru ult, that they will get in this round to then help leverage some of that information and get some kills off it.
Out of the offseason.
It's another big changeup, though. Haven't really gone for that many full sends here onto the B site. Now looking for it as, okay, the TP out, trying to gauge exactly where he went, but not yet. Up on top of the Raptors, able to take down Izu. So it's going to be one piece of the equation here taken down as the flashes do manage to connect on the side player there, backside, or on the Carpe, I should say. Forsaken, swinging back in, managing to find him. Spike now stuck on the opposite side of the pillar. Excurate just trying to stay tucked away behind the box, stay quiet. As Rossi looks to get some space. Maybe the dash in, but the dimensional drift, as you mentioned, does come into play. Excurate now going to be taken down. That's going to be the Spike. Spotted. Forsaken just chasing in.
So we ended with an 8-4 half in favor of T1. But when PaperX got to the attacking side, obviously things changed. And I really, really love their pistol round here. Because if you're T1 and you're playing as triple duelist PaperX, what are you expecting? You're expecting they're just going to blitz to a site, right? And just go crazy on you, W gaming, all of that. But what do they do instead? They contact walk up here, right? And that flash that we saw early on from Carpe does see someone, but that could have just been Devi out here on his own with the Viper. And so they silently walk up here instead. And you see that Carpe, they're probably not expecting this whatsoever. All of a sudden, 4 people are there, and they take the site.
Trying to spot the rest of the site. Now they know that it's clear. Spike can be planted as Mind Freak looks to hold the back line where this double push through sewers getting ready to come through. Scratch that, make it a triple.
Yeah, this is a lot of pressure. Going to be on Mind Freak here. If he can get 1, that'd be great. 2 would be phenomenal.
Timing on the check. Takes a hell of a lot of damage now. Seeing the push coming through, and he can't offer up anything more. He's able to take him down. The 4v4. Forsaken, however, just shooting through, finds one, but side player comes in from behind, manages to get the catch. Something will be able to take down Excurate as well. It's just now Rossi trying to see if he can get anything done. Time dwindling, look for the snappy headshot. Eventually does manage to stabilize and find Monyet, but still a lot more work to be dealt. Or to be done, it doesn't have the time to do so.
But then PaperX did just kind of start sending it, and it worked pretty well. T1 didn't really have an answer. In this one, they're going to go for a Viper's Pit in B, but we're going to get the Yoru ult that actually comes all the way up heaven. And this is kind of, you're going to see it ends up not great here for Forsaken, but what's going to happen here is you're going to get something following him up, right? So you got 2 people in this Viper's Pit trying to defend it. You're getting pressure from Monyet here with the raise nade. Devi's going to come and lurk afterwards, but even though it doesn't go well for Forsaken, he ends up kind of, you know, out in the open on his own. Something is then able to kind of trade it, essentially, because he's just followed the Yoru up, and T1 just didn't know how to hold the site.
On opposing sides. This Forsaken spotting him out. Paint shell's coming down. He's trying to jump out, but a little too aggressive. Rossi ready for that one. Something does manage to find the kill, however. Picking him down now, looking to entry down onto the site. as the flashes come flying. Carpe around the box, eventually does fall. It's actually Monyet coming up with the kill at the end of it all. A 2 for 1 as Devi looks to try to get the catch here in mid. Tries to readjust the spray. Izu managing to stay alive, and oh boy, Whiffy is all help from something. Trying to get the catch. Brings us now into a 2v2. Saya player, however, still holds on to that operator. Mind Freak TP's into garage. Doesn't spot anything. Izu makes his presence known here up in heaven.
Clearing right underneath sight.
He's trying to clear out this box, but
yeah.
Paint Shell's kind of
They were a
missing out
little
on that
short.
opportunity.
Yep.
Monyet just holding Sai, not looking for it. Walks right into the crosshair. Now it's all on Izu. Swinging back around, Mind Freak in heaven. There with the crossfire.
But T1 did eventually figure it out. They were playing some normalish setups, but just getting destroyed on the site. So they started doing stuff more like this, right? Where we're playing full retake on A, right? We've just got Sire in here with an AWP trying to hold into A heaven, and we've got a triple stack on B, right? So it's like, if they come to B, we're going to fight them here, and we've got 3 players to do it. If they want to go straight to A, then we're happy to play retake and let them burn out all of their util. And this was a much better plan.
Day that end was Y, so, you know, something's going to have a shorty, no doubt about it.
Okay, well, the site itself is open. Saya player looking for the shot. Manages to find it.
Wow.
Something just not lining him up here.
So from this point, PaperX now will be able to take the site. And you see T1 are already on their kind of way to a flank as well. Something that we already seen them do and was a consistent part of their game plan as well, right? You actually see that Monyet gets all the way into spawn. And this is clever for PaperX because, again, they don't have, you know, much refreshable utility, certainly not on the 3 duelists. And so you need to get into positions like this. The problem that they're going to have is this flank is going to come here, you see. But Rossi is actually back on his way to Monyet. But Monyet's going to make a mistake here that because Mind Freak feels this pressure here, Monyet actually then decides to leave. But the thing is, the spike is planted for him. He's got a Viper's Pit, and this isn't really the retake even starting yet, to be honest, right? He really probably should be sticking around here until really they start actually threatening this pit, and then he can come back to heaven. But he just makes the mistake of going too early.
He went back here is the real question.
Oh, Mind Freak. Spots 1. That's all he's going to be able to get. Izu pushing up, and Rossi does find him. Seemed like he was very well aware that somebody could have taken that position. He has flushed him out. Hit invested. Devi and Forsaken to try to hold the line as the gate crash comes in behind, and Forsaken is ready for it. Takes out Izu, looks for his brother, can't finish him off though. It's great. Holds it, Saya player. The classic comes through to get rid of the enemy Viper.
But then as we moved to overtime, it kind of weirdly became a defensive side of game where no one could win an attacking round, and it was due to, in part due to plays like this, where we're going to get the Omen smoke in here in B main. You see the gate crash is leaving back to B for Forsaken to get back to in just a second. He's going to come into the smoke, pop a Yoru flash, and at the meantime, we're going to get an Omen flash down here from Mind Freak as well, and you see it goes really well.
From them in that first half. It's Forsaken inching forward here. Into the smoke, but it's such a heavy stack. There's a flash out. He manages to transfer on a 2. Gate crash out to safety. And Forsaken.
But if it wasn't from incredible team play like we just saw, it would be from incredible individual play like in round number 29.
Massive weapon before. Saya player gets him in the head.
Disgusting. Great awareness from Saya player. Goodness.
Now the 2v2. On freaking screens, something approaching from main. They make eye contact for a brief moment, and now Side player turns his sights back over and turns away. He still manages the shot. Mind Freak! Guns them both down!
Once again, another one where T1 just gets caught line.
But then finally, PaperX would manage to close it out by just going back to basics. They would just go and hit the A site, as you can see here. Pretty simple. In they go with the triple duelists, and they take the site, and they're going to get the spike down. But what they do next is very, very important, and I've kind of already alluded to it somewhat. But when they get the spike down here and we end up in a 5v5 retake, they're now going to push deep with the 3 duelists, right? And again, this is very important because they've used a lot of their utility, obviously, to take the site, so they don't have anything for when the util bombardment is going to come in for this retake. So you have to be willing to really get aggressive in these post plants and push space deeply as they do. And in fact, they come up with a really cool idea here where they smoke this off so that they can actually then re-wrap around in heaven.
He's watching for it, and as the smoke dissipates, more often than not, Saya is going to be good for at least one. And right now, there's a couple players lined up. Something, however, entering up into heaven finds Rossi, taking down the enemy Viper. A lot of that flush out utility with Snake Bite's now going to be gone. Saya does get his mark. Monyet taken down. Flicks over, finds Forsaken. And keeps them in this round. The drop down, crossfire set up, something gone. Now it's all on the Saya player. And he just doesn't have the time. It's not gonna happen. Not like this. Down to 7. Mind Freak will finish him off.
Attackers
And
win.
Paper X, 16-14, will take the opening map.